The 737 types have been the medium haul workhorse for KLM for many years. Let's see if this model does it justice. Hi there, Spectre here and welcome back to Aircraft Model Reviews, and today we are taking a look at a Herpa Wings Boeing 737 from KLM in their former livery, which came in here at Review Airport just a few minutes ago. It was on its way to Amsterdam Airport Schiphol, but had to divert here due to very bad weather. At the moment, passengers are deboarding the aircraft and luggage is being offloaded. And as it is still unknown when this aircraft will be able to continue its way to Amsterdam Airport Schiphol, it gives us plenty of time to take a look at this one up close. Alright, and here she is up close, the Boeing 737-800 in the former livery of KLM Royal Dutch Airlines, made by Herpa Wings. And when we start at the front, we can see that the cockpit windows are really nicely detailed, but here I am very disappointed that there are no window wipers printed on, as we usually have with many models. However, we do still have the last two letters of the registration code just above the cockpit windows, which in this case are Charlie Bravo. Then when we look at the side next to the cockpit windows, we have the SkyTeam logo, of which KLM is a member. Underneath the cockpit windows we have the name of the aircraft, and further along the fuselage we have the KLM branding. And underneath the cheat line at the front we have the Air France KLM logo, and further along on the fuselage we have the writing of Royal Dutch Airlines. Then when we move on to the engines, we can see they have been given this grayish beige color of the former livery of KLM, and they carry the KLM branding. And at the front we can see the silver leading edge, and when we look into the engines it might be a bit difficult to see, but here we have the engine fan blades. And also the back side of the engines look very nicely detailed if you ask me, and the main landing gear also looks really nice. Then when we move on to the wings, or more specifically the top side of the wings, we can see the different flaps, slats, spoilers and ailerons carved out quite nicely. And we have some markings on how to evacuate the aircraft when you move through the emergency exits. Then when we move on to the underside, we can see the different flaps, slats and ailerons once more, and we have the full registration code of the aircraft. And the 737 from KLM also has winglets. They've been given the white color of the vertical stabilizer, and they carry the KLM branding both on the outside and on the inside, which has been pulled off quite nicely considering this is a very tiny detail. Then when we move on to the backside, on the vertical stabilizer we can see a detail I really haven't seen that many times before on a vertical stabilizer of 737 models, which is a very well defined silver leading edge, and I must say that's quite a nice detail to have. But besides that we also have the iconic KLM branding on there, and on the fuselage we have the full registration code next to the Dutch and European flag. And behind the last passenger door we have the aircraft type specification, and underneath the cheat line we have the slogan of the company, the Flying Dutchman. Then when we take a look at the rear we can see some very nice detailing with the APU, which is important on any aircraft model if you ask me. And of course, last but not least, we have the doors to the cargo holds here at the back and also here at the front. Alright, so that's it for this Boeing 737-800 from KLM in their former livery, made by Herpa Wings. And do I recommend this one? Well, if you know me, I like not all white liveries, and this really suits that, so of course I recommend this one. And another reason I recommend it is the fact that this is more of a rare sight, as KLM is putting the new liveries on their fleet more and more. However, if you want this model it might be a bit difficult to find, as it is a little bit older and it's quite rare. And if you find it, it might go for a little bit of a higher price, between the 30 and 40 euros if you're having a bad day. And personally I don't think it is worth that much. If you want this model I suggest trying to find it between the 20 and 25 euros. Alright, that's it for today's episode. If you liked it you can show that by leaving a like down below, and if you don't want to miss out on future reviews, why not hit subscribe? And if you have any feedback or suggestions for future reviews, you can leave it in the comments below. And with that I want to say thank you very much for watching. This is Spectre signing off, and I hope to see you next time.